All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It's May 5th. We're taking a look at NASDAQ. We got a gap lower this morning. NQ down beneath that prior day low, trading into the 20K level of interest. That's going to be our main focus for this morning. Friday session, pretty slow. Following NFP, pretty slow session for at least the regular trading hours sesh there. So this morning, we just want to see how is price going to be responding to 20K. Now, if this area fails, we have the overnight low. It's kind of that final line in the sand for buyers. I would not personally would not be interested in any longs until down into this structural point right down here, 19,700 or 19,600. That is if 20K fails. So if we see that weakness there, I'll be really cautious with the long side until we see either a full retest of that structural point down in this zone right here, or some sort of higher time frame reversal, 15-minute, 30-minute reversal, or of course the other scenario would be a reclaim of the 20K level of interest then with some market structure. So pretty straightforward. Sellers, of course, want to see this thing flush. They want to see that 20K flush. And they'll be looking for that overnight low and then ideally down into this area. You do have some kind of weaker support through here. Personally, that's not an area that I want to set risk against at this time. It's going to be a lower quality level for me personally. So, not even looking at it, not even interested in it. We've got ES trading right up against that prior day low. So we'll see how that prior day low looks on the S&P. We do have FOMC this week, so it could be a bit of a slower Monday, Tuesday. On that note, we do have some economic data this morning, 9:45 and 10 a.m. for a couple of economic data prints. Some things we want to keep an eye on. And about 2.5 minutes till the open. So let's see how we're looking here. Your 5-minute regular trading hours chart. So we're right into this 20K, right into that prior day low area. Now there is still that unfilled gap here from Thursday's close into Friday morning. Bit of an unfilled gap. Taking a look at volume this morning and overnight, it is, even for the overnight session, pretty low. You did have some activity here around 5 a.m. with some improved relative volume for the overnight pre-market session there. That's the Opinicus relative volume tool, working beautifully. Let's see what we get this morning. It's one thing I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on today and tomorrow is volume, especially with FOMC on Wednesday. Okay, 1 minute till the open. Session volume point of control right here at 20K. You got VWAP up there at about, what is that, 35, 40. So we have a pre-market structure, just a range right through here. See how this thing's going to resolve. And there's the open. Coming into VWAP. That prior day low area right here at 20. Back into 20K. You got ES rejecting VWAP. A little churn here against the prior day low. We've already got a below average volume print here. Got YM making a good push. If you like to trade the Dow. NQ into the highs, 20K holding pretty nicely. Still below average volume. Wow. Already. There's new high of day into VWAP. You got ES making a high as well, right into VWAP. So NQ holding that 20K area quite nicely. Bumping into VWAP though. And low volume. Low volume. First data print of the morning here in 10 minutes. NASDAQ trading against that VWAP still. Buyers probably looking for the 70 area, 65.70. Just looking at that pre-market structure. Let's take a look at the RTH chart. So you have a true gap this morning. And that 20K area with prior day low is going to remain key for today. It's right through here. A little micro higher or low, you can start to raise any trails if you have longs on. If you got the longs on, long from lower. NASDAQ just shy of that value area high for the overnight sesh. Look at volume, below average. Below average volume. Got data in 7 minutes. See if the trail gets taken here. Holding on for now. 20K longs holding on. Here's that trail. Right beneath 25. There it is, trailed out. Trailed out, back to cash. That was a decent little opening drive sort of trade there. 20K level of interest, session volume point of control, prior day low. Had a lot going for it. Bullish backdrop. Start the morning with about 30 points. Let's see what's next. NQ coming into the lows. Let's see what we get next here. Look how low volume is. Below average. Like 50% of the average right now. Yeah, data print in 5 minutes. Probably stay cash until the data print following that trade I just had. Looks like you have ES making a session low down through that prior day low. Overnight low, next downside reference point for the S&P. NQ coming into session. Is that a new low of day right there? It looks like it. Little new low of day. And data in about 2.5 minutes, FYI. Little improvement in volume there as NQ trades against the 20K level of interest. Nice bounce. Nice bounce. No position. No position, but I like that trade. You got the level of interest, spring setup, session volume point of control right in there. Bullish backdrop. Look how easy they make that too. Much easier than the trade I was in. Dom, you in there? You grab that? Wow. Nice. Nice work. There's that data print. Oh, just shy of that 48 down. This is all good. Part of the game. Yeah, phenomenal setup. Phenomenal setup. So there's data, first data print behind us. We have another one at 10 a.m. NQ, a little consolidation here near VWAP. VWAP is going to be tough with that level of interest there. If you're thinking short at VWAP, got to be careful with that. ES definitely respecting VWAP a little bit better. So just staying patient now. Volume is a big concern. I mentioned before the open, going to be keeping a very close eye on volume. Today and tomorrow ahead of FOMC, typically a lower volume period. I see volume like this. I'm just thinking lower probability. Doesn't mean you can't trade, but what is the expectation for follow through on those trade ideas? And Q coming into session high. There's your new high of day for NASDAQ. Oopsie. That was not intentional. Always, 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 always exit at market and cancel all when you trail out of a trade. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in a position you didn't mean to be in. Oh boy. Glad that worked out. My goodness. My goodness. That was an accidental short. That was an accidental short, Don. Accidental. That was a profit target right there that just got filled. Yeah, that it's not a good feeling. It's not a good I've had it where you have an order open and you close the broker and you find it later in the day. That's why I have the Trade notifications turned on my phone just in case. Just in case. That is one of the features they need to fix in Trade. NQ back into session volume point of control here. So pretty tight range to start the morning. We've got that next data print in 6 minutes. Volume continues to be just incredibly low. Still just with the one trade on the morning, not including the mistake there, of course. We got 5 minutes until 10 a.m. Let's see if volume picks up. See if the action improves. Buyers are looking for another higher low right here at the session volume point of control. Look at the 5 minute. It's not all that compelling. Not all that compelling there. NASDAQ new high of day. New high of day. Buyers continuing to do their thing. It's that bullish backdrop for you. Yeah, pretty slow. Data in 2 minutes. All right, here comes data. 30 seconds. FYI. All right, NQ new high. There's data. ES up in a 56.75. No man's land. Good uptick in volume there. Highest volume of the sesh a minute ago. $150 is your upside level of interest. Not too much to do here. ES, keep an eye on that 56.75. NQ, you can start to take those fib retracements. Let's see, where's that 50, 61 down there near VWAP. Yeah, volume just tapers right back down again. So historical average at this time of day is 1.8K per 1 minute bar. There you go. It's a little better right there from a volume perspective. Back into VWAP. Yeah, 5 minute is not super compelling. So far, it was like the pre FOMC action right here for a Monday. NQ rolling over. Getting back into that 20K. 61% fib holding pretty nicely. With VWAP right there as well. Staying patient here. No risk on post 10 a.m. so far. Mm. A little more churn here. VWAP did hold with that 61% fib. Pretty limited follow through so far. Staying patient. Nothing I really want to set risk against post 10 a.m. anyway. Said a few times now, but the main thing for me currently is just the low volume. A lot of churn, a lot of choppiness. Didn't see what you wanted, so bailed, Ray. Nice. Love that. Active trade management. Active trade management. That's how you turn a potentially failed trade idea into a winner. Yeah, pretty limited follow through there on the bounce. When you look at the NQ daily, we got like what, 9 or 10 consecutive days higher right there. QQQ a little different. Session volume point of control. It's down there near 20K. You have a high volume node building out up here at 65-ish, 64. Not a ton to do here post 10 a.m. Not a ton to do here. Don't want to throw money away. So, again, just staying very patient. If this ends up just being a one and done morning, so be it. You got to take whatever the market gives you, regardless of daily goal or anything else like that. Can't force it. Cannot force it. And you see how volume's coming down even more now. NQ coming back for session high. Might be time to call it. It might be time to call it. Let's see, what time is it? We'll give it 10 more minutes here. 10 more minutes. Yeah, this 5 minute. That 5 minute right there. This is a prop firm owner's dream right here. This is where prop accounts go to die. Right there. Let's see, overnight low. You're going to need 20K first. You're going to need some 20K failure. Angled barbed wire. Yep. That's right. This action was at the 20K. Yep, I would agree with that. That's the beauty of levels of interest. Just no volume right now. No volume, no audience in this market. Pre FOMC type of morning where you just want to set some alerts and work on something else or go about your day. I want to sit here all day and fight the tape, fight the choppiness. Give it probably 5, 6 more minutes. See if that new 30-minute bar gives us D Wall's target. There's VWAP again. No new high of day was made. All right, a few more minutes here. We're looking for potentially one more setup. But NQ is currently in no man's land. You do have that volume point of control has shifted into 62. VWAP just beneath. There's a lot of low volume churn. This has been the concern all morning. Talked about it before the market even opened. Pre FOMC. All right, let's see. 30-minute closure here. Currently shaped like a doji. Indecision. What I'm going to be looking for is any action down here. If we see price revisit that area or potentially up into 150, not interested all through here at all, especially with the low volume. So it's just a one and done morning. We had the initial long versus 20K, and we go ahead and call it. Pretty slow morning, but that's part of the business. Take what you can get. Can't force anything. Moment you start to force things is the moment you start donating your account to other individuals. So I hope you guys had a good one. If you're cash, may not be a bad idea just to stay cash today. We'll keep it going in the traders think tank if we get any more activity, but I've got pretty low expectations here. So thanks for your time, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Take care.